All right, well, we're back for the discussion of Minions, and if you saw our review, you'll know that we recommended it. We enjoyed it. As far as spoilers for the movie, the trailer did a pretty good job of spoiling the major points of the plot. As far as like the way the movie felt, to me, it felt a lot like there was a Looney Tunes element to it. There was also sort of a Wallace and Gromit element to it because of the most of the jokes were visual, which is kind of the Gromit side of Wallace and Gromit. So I really enjoyed that part of it. As far as things I didn't care for, I didn't like Sandra Bullock. I really didn't. She felt like it. I mean, they obviously like cast her because she's a big name and all that sort of stuff, but she sounded like she was laying on her back in bed somewhere. Like she was not committing to the performance, not committing. She wasn't voice acting. She was just reading lines, is what it seemed like for the most part. I didn't have that problem with any of the other characters, even like the other stunt cast characters. John Hamm, I didn't have a problem with him, but he's, not nearly as much of the movie as she is. But that was like my only gripe with it.
I just feel like if I'm looking for a villain to have, that voice or take on that character, she was kind of like that. I'm an evil mom and I'm really not mad, but I'm still gonna be angry. She couldn't reach the depths I think that part needed for it. I mean, even if
she always had the same kind of voice all the time.
Yeah. And if she was, trying to be mean, then it was just loud.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, you couldn't tell any changes within her voice.
Yeah, there was no inflection. It was just, now I'm talking really loud.
This is me angry.
Yeah. It honestly made me wonder if she had ever done voice acting work before. It seemed very lazy. The bit characters, the bit villains that show up throughout are way more fun than her character. Her character was just not fleshed out well. We just are supposed to assume that she's the best.
Yeah, I think they had to. I mean, that's sort of a. That's something they kind of have to do with the screenwriting now, because you don't want to have somebody that competes with Gru for someone that the audience thinks is great.
True. True.
And the time frame as well. I enjoyed the fact that it was set before Groot, and I really enjoyed the fact that it was the characters or just the subtle things, like Sandra Bullock's character had green eyes, so as a female, like the green-eyed monster, things like that. And then they definitely played a lot. They played to all of the stereotypes, which was kind of funny, but then it was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's enough. I get they're British. Yes, they like tea. Yes, their hats are different when they drive police cars. Their uniform is different, and not all of the policemen in England drink tea while they're driving in a car chase.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but that's one of those things that they went for it.
Well, and
I don't have a problem with that.
Again,
really.
it's like Dill said. The minions don't talk, so there's no dialogue for the other characters to play off of, so you have to go with sight gags.
Mm-hmm.
And so a cop driving around drinking tea, that's the best they could do.
Oh.
I think my favorite thing in the entire movie was the family that picked them up on the way to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
When they pulled up and who wants to stretch their legs? Just put on ski masks and robbed a bank. That was freaking awesome. Great.
They were funny. Jennifer Saunders was really funny as the Queen.
Yeah. Yes.
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
The Queen was great. I didn't understand because it sounded like the same voice actor as the scientist that helps Gru is who played the Crown Protector.
I think it's supposed to be.
Was that the same character?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because it sounded like the same voice actor.
Yeah, I didn't notice,
And
but
they looked similar too, but
I think
who
my
knows?
only critique or only thing that I would like to see better would have been a different voice actor for the villain.
yeah, that's really
Hands
my
down,
only.
that's the only issue.
That's really the only, and it's not like it's terrible or anything. It's just a really bland performance. It doesn't sound directed. It doesn't sound like a voice actor, and that's a shame. Like that part could have been really fun
Somebody
for
else.
somebody else. Yeah.
I feel like that's the only thing that kind of falls flat within the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree.
I mean, somebody like Tara Strong, somebody who actually does voice acting for a living could have nailed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess they just wanted a big name for it because they had John Hamm for a bit character.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're trying to sell the movie to the parents as much as the kids, and that's with all the 60s gags and soundtrack and all that too. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah, Minions. If you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe, and check out all the written and video reviews at dalemaxfield.com. Thanks for watching.